What's going on, everyone? My name's Alpha, and today we're back with another Pokemon challenge video. Today we're on Pokemon Omega Ruby, and today's challenge will be, can I beat Pokemon Omega Ruby using a Hardcore Nuzlocke rule set with only normal type Pokemon? Now let's get into the basics. Of course, we gotta do a Nuzlocke first. The first rules of a Nuzlocke: in the first encounter in a route is the only encounter for you. In this case, since we're doing a mono type block, the first normal type Pokemon will be our first and only encounter. As well, a death or a faint equals a death, so we have to release that Pokemon. Now adding the hardcore part. The hardcore part is I can only play on set mode. There are no items available to me at all except hell items. Hell items are available to me. And the most hardest part of the game, the level capping. There is level caps for each gym and also the Elite Four, as you can see on screen right now. And it's kind of makes the game a lot more harder. So I cannot go over the highest level in the gym leader's ace. So that's gonna be a big issue going forward. As for the Elite Four, there's gotta be tinkering. While I enter the Elite Four, I'm gonna be at a nice reasonable level 55, and the XP I gain from being in the Elite Four, it doesn't matter. I just have to enter the Elite Four at the highest level 55. You know, sounds fair. Since the Elite Four has a large level gap, since they increase for each room, I just want to keep it at a nice level, and we're not going to oversee the champions level, but we're not going to go like too low as well. I think that's a fair trade-off. And as well, the final and most important rule: each of my Pokemon will be nicknamed after you guys in the comments. So here are the comments I chose for this challenge video. If you guys want to be nicknamed after a Pokemon in my future challenge videos, just drop it in the comments and hopefully I pick yours. Anyways, while you guys are down here commenting down a nickname, thank you for that. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge videos just like this one, and subscribe if you guys are not already. It greatly help my channel. We're trying to hit 30k before the end of the year. I think we could do it. I think we're averaging like 1,000 subs a month, so if you guys can do that for me, it will greatly mean a lot to me. If you guys are new to my channel, I post like twice a week, maybe minimum once a week, either a Nuzlocke or a Pokemon challenge video. Anyways, I'm talking for too long. Let's get into the challenge video itself. All right, to start off the challenge, of course there are no such thing as a normal type starter. I don't think so. Someone correct me on that, but I don't think there is a normal type starter. So once we do get our starter and get through the tutorial of the game, we're gonna give ourselves some Pokeballs so we can get ourselves a normal type Pokemon. Our first encounter in Route 1 will be a Zigzagoon, as you can see. That is my first Pokemon of the game already, and we can toss away our starter because that doesn't count as a Pokemon. You know, it doesn't count. But Zigzagoon is our first encounter, and unfortunately, there is a dupes clause in Nuzlocke where you can't get the same Pokemon multiple times. In Route 2 or Route 3, the only normal type Pokemon in here are Zigzagoons, so we can get multiples of them, and that's about it. We're gonna beat down May and then get through the tutorial of the game and head forwards. We encounter a few normal types in the Petalburg Forest. Our first normal type encounter will be actually a Slackoff. A very rare encounter, which is nice. We're going to catch ourselves a Slackoff as our second normal type Pokemon in the game. And then we're going to head into Rustboro City. Outside of Rustboro City in Route 116, our first normal type encounter in here will be a Skitty. I was actually looking for a Tailo, but you know what? This works out for us. We catch ourselves a Skitty outside here, and we're going to actually head into the tunnels of Rustboro City, connecting to Verdanturf Town. We're going to find ourselves a Whismur in here, because it's the only thing that's in here, but it's a normal type Pokemon as well, and that completes our team for now. 4 Pokemon as we head into the first gym of the game. We're also going to attach our Pokemon with Oran Berries, so they're going to be more resilient. And we're going to face off against Roxanne. Roxanne's going to be the first gym leader of the game, the rock type gym leader, and we're going to start the battle using our Whismur against her. Whismur is one of the only Pokemon right now with a special attacking move with Echo Voice. We're able to boost up the power of Echo Voice the more we use it. With an Oran Berry, we're able to knock out the Geodude with 3 hits as defense curls for me. So we knock out the Geodude and she sends out a Nose Pass next. I'm able to survive a hit. Not too well, but Echo Voice does a decent amount. I get it down to red HP where it's going to potion up, which is unfortunate because now I got to switch out. I don't want to risk, obviously, it just attacked me for no reason. So I switch out my Whismur into my Skitty. And here comes the annoying part. So I'm going to use Sing on my Skitty to put the Nose Pass to sleep, and then switch out into my Zigzagoon. Zigzagoon has 2 moves that we're going to abuse on the Nose Pass. We're going to use Sand Attack to lower his accuracy. We use it 6 times to get it to the minimum accuracy level. We're going to use a Growl on it until his attack is lower. And in between that, when it wakes up, we're not going to risk it. We're going to go back and Sing it so it goes back to sleep. Ideally, I should have flipped this around. I should have used Growl first and then Sand Attack, but you know what? To each their own. It works out pretty well though, since it now can't hit me or barely hits me at all with Tackle. It runs out of PP with Rock Tomb, which is nice. And unfortunately, most of my Pokemon actually goes down to low HP, and I don't want to use a Slack Off against a Nose Pass, so Skitty has to pick up the slack here and then try to knock out this Nose Pass. It takes about, I don't know, 5 minutes with 600 speed, so you could guess how long it could take with normal speed. But eventually we are able to knock out the Nose Pass, and we get our first gym badge of the game. Now I actually missed a Pokemon on Route 104. As you see, we able to find ourselves a Tailo in here, and we catch ourselves a Tailo, which is going to be very nice. We never got a normal type encounter in here, or in Pokemon database it says only horde encounters, so I went out, tried to find a horde. It did not find a horde at all, so I found a Tailo instead. So I don't know what's going on with Pokemon database, but it's messing around. Anyways, we're gonna head into Dewford Island next, and in the second gym of the game, the level cap will be level 16. As you can see, we're gonna stay around level 16. We're close to level 17. Talo's on my team. Just don't worry about the sidebar right now. My layout is kind of a little messed up, but I do have a Talo, as you see, the little blue bird. As we face off against Brawly. Brawly's gonna be the second gym leader of the game, the fighting type gym leader. And we're starting the battle against him using our newly found Talo. Talo's actually underrated, I'm just gonna say. I don't know how it's a special attacker, but you know, it's a pretty good Pokemon. We're level 16 as we knock out the Machop, and then we turn into level 17. Technically, if I gain XP, doesn't count. If I gain enough XP to level up, it's not really my fault. So it counts for the rules, and it's allowed in the rules. As long as I get into battle within the level cap, I should be fine. Next up, he's gonna send out his Makuhita next. His Makuhita is gonna be pretty tanky. That's what I thought, and then it just dies in one shot to wing attack. So we get the second gym match just using it. I swear Makuhita is way more tankier, but we're able to knock out Brawly, and we get the second gym badge of the game. Get the fighting gym badge and bulk up, which will be useful in the future. Now we're gonna head into Sleeper City. There's nothing for us at here. I just want to show off something. You know, we found Maxie. We see Maxie in 3D. That's cool, I guess. We beat May and evolve our Zigzagoon into a Linoon. Linoon is gonna be very good. Our first fully evolved Pokemon on our team. I evolved my Whismur into a Loudred as well. As we head into the third gym of the game, this is going to be the Electric Gym in Mawo City. The level cap for this will be level 21, and that means my Talo cannot evolve into a Swallow, but I don't think it needs it because obviously it's a flying type. I don't want to use them. Anyways, we're going to do a little bit of training before we head into the gym fight. I want to train up my Slack Off into a Vigoroth because Truant is really annoying, especially in single player. It's so annoying. But we got a Vigoroth, and we're going to face off against Watson next. Watson's going to be the third gym leader of the game. We're going to start the battle against him using our Linoon. Now, Linoon has a move called Headbutt. Headbutt has a 30% chance of flinching, so I'm kind of based off of that. I don't have any ground moves at all. So, unfortunately, his Magnemite is going to Thunder Wave me, but luckily I have a Cherry Berry on. Avoided the Thunder Wave and then Headbutt him down. Flinched him. Headbutt once again to knock him down to low HP. Flinch him again, and then knock out the Magnemite. Then he's going to send out his Voltorb next. His Voltorb gets outspeed. Headbutt knocks out. Oh. He lives, but he charges up, so it doesn't matter. One shot, technically. He's going to send out his Magneton next. I swear he has a Manectric, but I guess the remix he doesn't. He's going to get headbutted down, as you can see. He misses 2 Supersonic, and then he's just going to Volt Switch. Does not do enough damage. He runs out his potions. He gets flinched, and then Headbutt will knock him out. And we beat Watson with taking, like... I think we got hit with 1 move. Wait a second. I swear Watson was harder, because there's a bunch of Steel types, but he just got obliterated. If he had... I don't know how it would have went if he had Manectric. I swear Vigoroth would have taken pretty well. But after that, my Talo finally evolves into a Swallow, and we get our second fully evolved Pokemon. Next up, there's not too much to do. We're going to head into this route right outside of Meteor Falls, and we're going to find our first normal type Pokemon in this route as a Zangoose. Zangoose is a pretty good Pokemon. I was looking for it. I could have got a Swablu or a Zangoose. Luckily, I got the latter, of course. And then we're going to head into Meteor Falls, where we find ourselves a Moonstone. We're able to evolve our Skitty into a Delcatty. I swear I never used it. Luckily, there's an XP share, so I can use that. We're going to head into Mount Chinwy next, where we face off against the Team Magma members in here. Unfortunately, we face off against Tabitha, and oh, this big-headed boy. He sends out his coughing against my Zangoose. He sludges me. He lulls me into a false sense of security, right? He knocks me down. He doesn't do a lot of damage, and then he hits me with the self-destruct, knocks out my Zangoose. And we lose our first Pokemon of this Nuzlocke just randomly. I was like, it's not even a boss fight. Zangoose didn't even die appropriately where it was helpful. It just died randomly against Tabitha. So it's kind of annoying there. We're gonna beat down. Luckily, we'll beat down Maxie without. I was kind of hoping to use Zangoose. Zangoose has boost up moves and whatever. But anyways, we're gonna head into Lava Ridge Town next and face off against the gym leader in here. The gym leader in here is the 4th gym leader, the Fire type gym leader. And the level cap for this is level 28. So we're going to start off the battle against her using our Vigoroth. Now, back a little bit ago, I said Bulk Up was going to be a good TM for us. We're in Bulk Up in front of the Slugma. We were very close to leveling up because I'm not trying to risk losing any more Pokemon. I bulk up and then slash, knock out the Slugma. Then all my Pokemon grew up to level 29. I told you, I'm not taking any more risk. Torkoal comes out next. I decided to hit it down. I swear I couldn't knock it down. It got critted. Then it's gonna heal up while it falls asleep. Luckily, it's only using Curse, so it's not too bad. I can also bulk up. Luckily, Sunny Day fades away, so I don't have to worry about overheat. And eventually, I'm able to slash down the Torkoal and knock him out. Then he's gonna sell his Numo. It's a Numo. It goes down. And we beat Flannery. We get the 4th gym badge of the game. Next up, we're going to head back into Petalburg City. The level cap for this gym, Norman's gym, will be level 30, as you see. And we're going to face off against Norman himself. Norman's kind of cool. I mean, normal type gym leader, not the best. His entrance is really nice as we face off against Norman, the 5th gym leader of the game. He's going to start the battle using his Slaking against us. We're going to use our Linoon, trying to get a cheeky flinch off against him. He's going to yawn me, which is a bad move to do because he has Truant, so I'm going to switch out into my Vigoroth against him. I decided to yawn him down. He can go to sleep the next turn. He's going to hit me with a hard retaliate, which is fine. I can bulk up in front of him. Then I can slack off any damage. Eventually, get all the bulk ups I need. This is no risk for me because even if he crits, I don't think he can knock me out. Because Vigoroth is decently tanky on his own, and I am able to slash him and knock him out eventually. As you can see from there, he goes down. Then he's going to switch out into his own Vigoroth. I'm able to slash him, outspeed him, knock him out. Get to level 31 and then face off against his final Slaking. I'm able to slash once again. Takes the retaliate really nicely, as you see, and then slash will knock out the Slaking as we beat down Norman. Pretty nice for us. Our Vigoroth is going a little crazy over here with the bulk ups and stuff. But after that, we're gonna head into Sea Mawile. I don't know how to navigate the Sea Mawile in the remix, but I swear there is a TM for Ice Beam somewhere. Maybe they don't have it anymore, but it's kind of annoying they don't have it. Whatever. I didn't want it anyways. After this, we're gonna head into the part where I think ruined the remix for me. I really like the remix, but the problem was I just don't like this. I don't like getting handed legend, but this really ruined Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire for me because I just given a legendary. I beat the Team Magma Grunts here, and then you're given a level 35 Latias or Latios, and it's not deserved at all. Like, it's, you know, it's very pandering. Feels not very accomplishing. The whole point of finding the running away Pokemon is like you capture them, and it's a sense of like success. But unfortunately, the Latias and Latias are just given to you, and that's it. We're gonna head into the Weather Fortress over here near Fortress City. We're gonna get ourselves a Castform. Castform technically is a normal type Pokemon. Unfortunately, I did not want it on my team, so I won't use it ever on my team. Anyways, we're gonna get the Secret Scope over here and find ourselves a Kecleon. Kecleon will be our first encounter over here and our first normal type Pokemon for us. Capture ourselves a Kecleon and put it on a team, train it up. I don't want the Castform on my team. So next up, we're going to face off against Winona. Winona's going to be the flying type gym leader of the game. Little cool animation over here as her gym level cap will be level 35. We're going to face off against Winona, start of the battle using our Vigoroth against her. We're going to bulk up right in front of her Swellow. It has Aerial Ace. Obviously, bulk up is going to be really nice. It's going to Aerial Ace me. I should be fine over here. Boost up all the way to +6. Not needed, but I just want to be safe. Yawn it down here and there and then slack off. I should be fine as I slash, knock out the Swellow in one shot. Then he's going to switch out into his Altaria, which bring out the big ace. Slash will knock him out in one shot. That's it. Then the Skarmory comes on next. It takes one slash, but I'm able to knock it out once again. And then her final Pokemon will be a Pelipper. I'm able to slash, knock him out with one shot. And we beat Winona, get the 6th gym badge of the game. And we also level up to level 37. Now 37 is a crucial level because, well, 36 is a crucial level. But our Vigoroth evolves into a Slaking, which I actually don't want my Vigoroth to evolve to Slaking. I know it's a tough choice. Slaking is actually a really good Pokemon, but I actually prefer Vigoroth right now because I don't want to wait every other turn to attack. And some Pokemon actually walls me like that, so I decided to use my Vigoroth like this. I don't know where the Eviolite is. If I could find it, it would have been very useful. But Vigoroth, I'd rather keep my Vigoroth like this. Better to attack all the turns and be a little weaker than attack half the turns. But anyways, we're going to head into the Safari Zone of the game. There are 2 possible encounters in here as Doduo and Girafarig. Looking for either, don't mind either. And we actually find ourselves a Doduo as our second encounter, so I guess we got that. Gonna have to save it for a little bit because all my team members are still safely on my team. Once we catch the Doduo, our Loudred will also evolve into an Exploud, which is very nice. We're gonna head into the Magma hideout in Slateport City, and then once we're done with that, we're gonna head into Moss Deep City to face off against the 7th gym badge, to face off against the 7th gym leader of the game, or the 7th gym leaders. The level cap for this is level 45, and we should be fine as we head into the gym fight against them. The gym is actually is very unique. I did not mention this before, but the new gym puzzles, I like them for the most parts. I don't really like Brawlies. I understand Brawlies. It's more of a gym theme opposed to the other one where it's more like darkness theme, but I kind of, you know, nostalgia hits harder in my opinion. But anyways, we're gonna face off against Tate and Liza. Tate and Liza will be the 7th gym leader of the game, the psychic type gym leaders, and it's also a double battle fight. So we're gonna start a battle against Tate and Liza using Kecleon and my Lanoon. We're gonna headbutt down the Soul Rock, trying to get a flinch on it. Then we're gonna Shadow Claw the Lunatone to get a nice chip off against it. It's gonna Sunny Day, trying to spam Solar Beam, and then Lunatone's gonna hit my Lanoon pretty hard using Psychic, so I want to switch out my Lanoon, save it obviously. Switch out into my X-Cloud because X-Cloud is pretty tanky, and then take the Rock Slide really well, and then I'm able to Shadow Claw, knock out the Lunatone. My X-Cloud is pretty low now. I don't really like that, but X-Cloud also has Bite, so hopefully we can just knock out the Soul Rock real quick. Bite, and then Shadow Claw will knock out the Soul Rock as well, and they only had 2 Pokemon for some reason, so we beat Tate and Liza. Odd. I'm telling you, you don't need a legendary to beat the game. But anyways, we beat Tate and Liza with a very close Lanoon almost fainting. But after that, we're going to face off against Maxie in the final Maxie fight in the game. Almost lost our Vigoroth, but we're able to knock out his Mega Camera up and move through this. Face off against Primal Groudon, and then beat Primal Groudon, and then the world save. That's about it. The animation for this is actually very, very nice. I actually really liked the Cave of Origins. It makes more sense with Kyogre. If you ever play Alpha Sapphire, I will admit, but I do like Groudon more, especially Primal Groudon more. But outside of that, I really love the animation. Once we're done with that, we're gonna face off against the 7th gym leader of the game. The level cap for this will be level 46, of course. We're gonna start a battle against Wallace using our Vigoroth against him. Vigoroth against Lovedis, it's kind of unfair because I could bulk up in front of the Lovedis and also put it to sleep. I'm just a better utility Pokemon than Lovedis. And luckily enough, I have Slash on it, so I can Slash at any point. Now, the confusion can be scary, but unfortunately for it, I boost my defense as well. I'm not really risking anything with this, and I can slack off all the damage if I hit myself in confusion. Once I'm fully healed up, I'm able to Slash down to Lovedis, knock out the Lovedis, and then Slash down the Milotic, knock out the Milotic, knock out the Wish Cash in one shot as well. And finally, the Sea King I swear he has a Crawdon, but he doesn't. Oh, we knock out the Sea King, and with the 8th gym badge of the game. Vigoroth wants to evolve, we don't want to do that. We're also going to beat down Wally at the end of Victory Road in here. Get our team fully set, and I want to replace my Delcatty, because you haven't seen Delcatty at all since the first gym of the game. Now, I want to switch my Delcatty out into my Dodrio. So my final team will be Lanoon, Vigoroth, X-Cloud, Dodrio, Swellow, and Kecleon. As you see right there, the only hell item I have is a Silk Scarf I got in Dewfoot Island, but that should be enough. As we head into the Elite Four now, the Elite Four looks pretty nice. I'm actually excited to face off against the Elite Four in the remakes. Anyways, we're going to face off against Sydney. Sydney's giving me the first Elite Four member of the game. Of course, our Pokemon are level 55 at the most. And Sydney will also be a Dark type Elite Four member, so we're going to start the battle using our Dodrio against him. The layout looks kind of funky right now, but you know what? Just pretend that Delcatty is a Dodrio. I started with Dodrio because I want to absorb the Intimidate and then switch out into my Vigoroth. I avoided the attack, which is nice. Then I want to put the Mighty Anna to sleep, bulk up in front of it, take a crunch, whatever, it doesn't matter. I want to bulk up until I'm fully boosted up. Unfortunately, it does get me confused with Swagger. Now, Swagger is a dangerous one because it boosts my physical attack. Now, it could really hurt me if I don't have my defenses up. And eventually, I actually get to a very scary point where it gets me down to almost red HP, which I kind of panic here. But luckily enough, I get a slack off, and we should be fine moving forwards. But I'm just trying to waste some turns. I want to get out of confusion, but unfortunately, he caught me here and there. Eventually, I'm able to get him to sleep, and then slack off, get all my HP back, start to slash him down, knock out the Mighty Anna in one shot. Then he's going to send out a Shift Tree, outspeed him, Slash will knock him out in one shot as well. Sharpedo gets outspeeded. Should have been a Mega. I don't think he has a Mega on his team, which I think the Elite Four should have a Mega, which I think they have a rematch, but it should have been there just to begin with. Cacturne and Absol goes down as we beat Cindy. First Elite Four member down. Next up, we can go into the second Elite Four member chamber, which is going to be the Ghost type Elite Four member. Before we head into there, we want to teach our X-Cloud Shadow Ball first, and then face off against Phoebe, the Ghost type Elite Four member. I don't know what she's doing with her arms, but we're going to face off against Phoebe using our X-Cloud to begin with. X-Cloud is going to Shadow Ball down the Dusclops, and then it's going to curse itself, knock itself out. I'm inflicted with Curse, which is annoying, but I'm going to switch out anyways into my Dodrio, save some I'm going to switch out into my Dodrio anyways, save some trouble. I get faked out and then Drill Pecked him in the head, almost knocked him out in one shot. Take a take a power gem pretty nicely, and then I'm gonna spam drill peck as he wastes all his full restores on me. Knock out his Sableye as he switches out into his Dusknoir next. I want to save my Dojo because Dusknoir is defensive tank. I want to switch out into my Omega Chad Exploud, take an Ice Punch, and a Shadow Ball with 2-shot down to Dusknoir. As I'm at the perfect HP, as she sends out a Bayonet next, I'm going to Shadow Ball, almost one-shot it, avoid the attack, so still staying at the perfect HP. As I Shadow Ball knock him out, sends out another Bayonet. Shadow Ball will knock out her final Pokemon as we knock down Phoebe. Next up, we're going to head into the third chamber. We're going to teach our Exploud Overheat as well, because it's going to be the Ice Chamber. And in this Ice Chamber, we're going to face off against Glacia. Glacia is going to be the Ice-type Elite Four member of the game. We're going to start the battle against her using our Lanoon, because I thought she has Celio first, and I thought Overheat it's not going to work right now. But I'm going to headbutt it down, trying to get a cheeky flincher or something. Does not work, but I get it. I'm basically 1v1ing the Glalie, doesn't matter. I'm able to eventually knock it out, as you see. Then it can switch out into his Frostlass. Very annoying Pokemon. I'm like, I don't know. Switch out into my Omega Chad. Take a Blizzard. Tough Blizzard. I'm able to 2-shot using Shadow Ball as it just hails up. If it just kept blizzarding, it might have been in trouble. Please raise me. Kind of annoying. I'm getting low. I don't want to risk my X-Bot because it has Overheat later. Switches out into my Kecleon. Absorb the Blizzard. Now I'm an Ice type, which is great. I can Shadow Claw and knock out the Frostlass, which is nice. I completely forgot about color change, that I'm an Ice type now. I should have stayed in, but Walrein comes on next. I'm like, what can I do? Ancient Power it. Take the Surf. Now I'm a Water type. Then I'm going to Sucker Punch to get it down to low HP as he knocks me down to about 1 HP. So I'm like, panic mode. I thought it was going to Surf me, but it actually reads me as I switch out into my Dodrio, and it Blizzards me, and I get knocked out. Oh my god. I lose my Dodrio to this dumb Walrein. Well, I'm like, whatever. I'm like, who next? Who's next? Switches out into my Lanoon for no reason. Trying to get a cheeky headbutt on it. Get a nice headbutt. Unfortunately, he's going to Blizzard knock me out, and I'm like, oh. What now? Who's next? Send out my Vigoroth. I'm like, whatever. I gotta do something about it. Vigoroth would knock out the Walrein for me. Then he's gonna switch out into his Frostlass, his second Frostlass of the game. And I'm like, ugh, what else can it do? I don't have any attacking moves outside of Slash on my Vigoroth, so I can't stay in. I decided to sack my Kecleon because I know it's at 1 HP anyways. I don't want to switch out into my Swallow. It's obviously gonna get knocked out. Switch it into my Kecleon to sack it. Switch into my X-Bot to overheat it. Luckily, it dodges a move, and then I'm able to overheat, knock out the Frostlass in one shot. Then he switch out into his Glalie. I don't really have an idea here. I want to stay in, overheat it. Does about half to it. It's gonna hail up, which is fine. And I'm like, I need to keep this thing. Switch out into my Vigoroth as it protects up for some reason, and I'm able to Slash, knocked out in one shot. And we beat Glacia with a lot of pain and suffering. But next up, we're gonna face off against Drake. Drake's gonna be the Dragon type Elite Four member. We're gonna start the battle against him using our Vigoroth, obviously. He has an Altaria to start off with. We're gonna actually boost up both of us. We're gonna bulk up as his Altaria Cotton Guard's up, which I'm not complaining, gives me free boosts up, and we should be evenly matched. I'm going to yawn it down as well. He has special moves, so bulk up doesn't really help me in this case scenario. I should have slashed it and then just bulk up in front of his Flygon or something, but I'm able to just survive through the Dragon Pulse. Luckily, it does not crit me. I'm eventually able to get boosted up and then put the Altaria into sleep, and then slack off and then slash him, which is kind of funny. He switches out his Altaria into a Flygon where I knocked him out. So it's kind of bad timing on him. He switched out into his second Flygon in the back. I'm able to slash, knock him out as well. Then he's going to switch into his Salamence, his ace Pokemon. I'm able to slash him, knock him out. As I gain to level 57, Slash will knock out the Altaria as well. And then his final Pokemon will be the Kingdra. Outspeed it, Slash will knock him out. And we beat Drake, the Dragon type Elite Four member. Again, not going to evolve. We're going to head into the final chamber of the game, the Champion Chamber. I know Steven Stone has a bunch of Steel type Pokemon, so I want to put Earthquake on my Vigoroth. Unfortunately, I forgot that he has Levitate and a Flying type Skarmory on his team, so I gotta relearn my other move. So I don't have Slash as Secret Power now. So heading into the final battle of the game, the champion fight against Steven Stone, we are going to face off against him and his team. We stupidly start off the battle using our Vigoroth against him, which is kind of odd. Kind of bad play. Anyways, we're going to switch out our Vigoroth into our Exploud in the back to Shadow Ball him to break his 30 and then overheat, knock out his Skarmory. Kind of unnecessary, but I gotta do what I gotta do. He switches out into his Aggron next. I don't want to switch my Vigoroth into any hits, so I'm going to sack my Exploud right in his face. I don't think I need him going forward, so I'm just going to win or lose with Vigoroth, as you can see. So send out my Vigoroth. I'm going to bulk up in front of him. He has Iron Tail to lower my defense, but it's not guaranteed. He also has Stone Edge, which can crit, but I don't think he can knock me out in one shot if I'm at full HP. So I gotta make sure I'm not below half HP as he hits me with a Stone Edge. but it should be fine because he only has a few PP on Stone Edge and he does not end up critting me. I'm finally able to Earthquake and knock him out in one shot when fully boosted up. Switch out into his Levitating Pokemon, which I just swing out using Secret Power to knock it out in one shot. He's going to switch out into his Cradily next, Earthquake will one-shot it, Armato get one-shotted, one of my favorite fossil Pokemon. Then he's going to switch out into his Mega Metagross, which I'm able to Earthquake him, outspeed him, knock him out in one shot, and we beat Steven Stone using our Vigoroth. Oh, using normal type Pokemon. I'm just normal type Pokemon, guys. Definitely not a Vigoroth only run. Anyways, that is the end of this challenge. So we can actually beat a Hardcore Nuzlocke using only normal type Pokemon in Omega Ruby. Not my favorite remakes of all time, but honestly, yeah, it brought me some joy playing this game once again with this added challenge. There was a lot of difficult points where I had to figure out things. I'm just kidding, I just kind of spammed Vigoroth, but there are some points where I had to figure out things like the first, obviously, gem of the game. But outside of that, our Vigoroth really sweeps everything. Next time, maybe we don't have a type that just sweeps and just wins like that, but we'll have to see for next time. I want to say thank you so much for watching the video all the way to the end. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment down below some challenge ideas just like this one, and subscribe if you guys are not already. It will greatly help my channel. The channel's growing pretty well. Thanks so much, everyone. My name's been Alpha. Hope you guys all had a great day, and I'm out. Peace.